Well, good morning, y'all. I say morning, it's late morning. Man, it took me a minute to catch bait this morning. But once I finally found it, it was pretty much lights out. I got plenty of bait for today. But I had to search and search and search and search and search. And finally found enough. Again, I got pretty much everything we need. I got white bass, yellow bass, I got drum. We are pretty well squared away as far as bait goes, so that's a good thing. So you'll notice we're kind of in the, well, not really. We stopped dragging this spot right back here, and I told you this, it keeps on going for like another 3 or 4 miles. So that's what I wanted to hit today. But the difference is I scanned this where we were having fish, they were just pretty much scattered across the main channel. Like, I mean, they were loaded up on the main channel. Well, this morning I seen most of my fish close to this ledge here as it comes down to the bottom. I did see a few fish that are out here, but it seems like they pulled from there and they moved up close to the ledge. Now, maybe that's just this time of the morning. You know, they're up there either coming off the feed or they're still actively, you know, feeding. What I mean is they'll go to the ledge, they'll go up, they'll get them something to eat, they'll come back down to chill, and, you know, and they'll just keep doing that. Don't know how long they'll keep doing that, but I know that's kind of how they want to act. So we are gonna take advantage of that fact. And basically I'm just gonna, instead of being out here in the main channel, I'm gonna at least have this board kind of close to the bottom of that ledge. That's where I seen most of them fish I saw. And so in theory, well, I ain't gonna say I won't get bites on the rods, but this one will probably get the most bites right now. Let's see, when the day gets a little bit longer, you know, we'll see if them fish pull back out, and if they do that, then we should be good. And I'll notice that a little bit more if I start getting a bit more out here. But it's kind of neat. It's kind of neat. Just a single day. Or actually, it's probably not even so much a single day. It's just a time of day of where these fish set up at. So basically, we're going to fish this to see if my theory is correct. But like I said, I did see you know, quite a bit more fish pulled to the bottom of this ledge here than I did like last trip. They were out in the channel. So it's been a couple days. So it kind of still seems the same. As far as conditions, I mean, the barometric pressure is the same. The only difference we got today is we have a west wind, which, as they say, it's supposed to make fishing the best, but we're facing this way. The wind's blowing up this way. It's not supposed to get too breezy, so as long as it don't get too breezy, we should be just fine. Just the way this part of the river faces, a west wind just, I mean, it blows straight against the current. It's worse than the south, or it's worse than a north wind. So, oh, get off me. So that's going to be kind of the deal. I guess I need to get out of this barge's way. Going to be plenty of those today. There we go. There we go. Oh, and he let go. No way. No way. Keep going, keep going. There he is, finally. Took us a minute, but we finally got us one. Don't feel like a bad one either. I like it when they just slow take down like that. Oh, and he just pulled off. No way. That is terrible. Oh, man. That is terrible, y'all. Yep, I guess they're just not in the mood right now. I guess that's possible. There we go, there we go. And he let go. God, boy, these old fish, boy, I tell y'all what, that was a heck of a takedown. Man, is it still too early of a morning for them to actually be like, you know, more aggressive? I mean, we go through this pretty much every time we've been out here. We start getting good takedowns, good bites, all that stuff. And then a lot of that. Man, are you serious? Super frustrating. I made some good takedowns like that one there, but he sunk the board and everything. That's all right. I mean, at least we're doing more or less the right thing. I mean, we're getting good bites for sure. It's not like we're out here just kind of wasting time. Just gotta get them to hook up. And he come off. Oh my Lord, what is going on, y'all? What is going on? He stinking came off. Man, we're in the right spot. We're doing the right thing. We're just not getting hooked up. Oh man, that was like 7th or 8th good bite we've had. Well, okay, I can see why this one would get hung up. Knocked the hook back into the bait. Now, at least that one has a legitimate excuse. Man, y'all, these old fish. Yeah, he knocked the hook back into the bait. So that's definitely gonna happen for sure, but I'll send him back down there. That definitely happens. Not much you can do about that. I mean, just all depends on how that fish hits it. If he's pretty aggressive, then he'll knock it, you know. But that right there is probably about the 6th or 7th like good bite. Not little bite, not like that one. But 6 or 7 good bites. Like, I mean, burying the board, pulling a little bit of drag, you know, things like that. Those are the bites I'm talking about. We've had several of. Well, 6 or 7, I ain't gonna say several, but. And then not get hooked up. That fish got it. So far, he's got it. Yeah, we finally, because I see my board come forward. So that's a fish that grabbed it and started swimming upriver with it. Now we just stays pinned, we get this dang skunk buster out of the way, then we get the catching. You heard me say in my other video, the 2 hardest fish to catch is your first one and your last one. I seen him burp on the way up. Make sure he's good. Yeah, I think he's good there. All right, come on in here, you old skunk buster. Oh, just slap covered mud. Well, I don't like seeing that. Yeah, he is slap covered in mud. I mean, all up on his back and everything else. Well, either way, I surely appreciate that, buddy. Thanks for getting the skunk out of the boat, finally. I didn't think we'd ever get that done. We've had several opportunities, that's a fact. God, dog. Has he still got it? My God, we got us a fish just sitting here. Not a big one. Waiting for this barge to go by. Definitely not a big one. Well, he's not a terrible fish. Again, covered in mud though. I'm saying that could be a lot of what's going on today. These old fish are short striking because something is off about today. That is a fact. Something is off about today. And I don't know what. It's got him pushed down like that, but he is covered in mud all across his back and everything else. Man. Well, I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you. You got it, buddy? Ate that big old white bass head. If you just stay pinned, I'd like to see you. He's kind of giving up and he's kind of putting the brakes on all at the same time. Pull a little drag. It's just you see them fish with mud on them, man, it's just gonna be a slow day. Granted, well, there'll be like we've had quite a few bites. We've had some good bites, but they're just short striking fish. Which way do you want to go, buddy? Because straight towards the power poles is not an option. Trying to give you time to burp, buddy. It's not a terrible fish by no means. There we go. He burped up quite a bit. An old male. Just a huge headed male. God, dog. Ah, easy. Yeah, you burped up. Well, I appreciate that, buddy. Another one got scars on his belly. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, well, we have come through a bunch of dead water up here. I mean, we ain't had a bite in a minute, like a while, except for little fish. What we're gonna do is we're gonna try it one more time. I'm gonna go back down pretty much where we started, and then we're gonna start to drag back over again. We have got to make something happen, and we come across way too many fish back there. You know, maybe now that it's a little bit later in the day, I don't know, maybe they'll bite. But there was a lot of fish still back there, so let's go do that. Let's go give that a shot, see if we can't make something happen. All right, we made it back down here. We need to get some, I'm gonna get some fresh baits cut up. We're gonna drag this whole thing again. We got rain coming, I hope it holds off. There we go. God, dog. He ate that white bass head. I mean, absolutely smoked it. Thanks for not fighting. Now he's kind of getting squirrely. He was wrapped up, that's what it was. It's not a terrible fish, I don't think. Just swimming up here with it. Yeah, I don't think he's a terrible fish. Ooh. No, he's not a terrible one at all. Let me just get the net for him. I gotta get this boat straight anyway. Yeah, not a terrible one. Like I said, these are some of the fish we were coming over this morning. Just short striking or whatever they were doing. Oh, get over there. Get on that. There you go. God, dog, get off there. I hear you, buddy. We're gonna get you taken care of. Don't you worry about that. Yeah, look at this dude. Yeah, he's he's probably 17 pounds, 16, 17 pounds, right around there. Not a terrible fish. Sadly enough, he's the biggest one of the day so far. Thank you. Absolutely did not want to be in this boat. Okay. Okay, so far, we made a fairly decent call, so far. Well, all right, y'all, that's gonna do it for this one. Man, it's just getting too stinking hot out here. And we have covered a lot of water and haven't gotten bit in a minute. If it was a small fish. So, that's gonna be it. Like I said, it's just getting unbearably hot out here right now. I mean, we have a breeze, but it's just blowing hot air. And then we got rain off in the distance, so I don't know if it's gonna come towards us. But But yeah, it was, man, it started off good. Yeah, we had some good bites. We had some good takedowns and nothing hooked up. But like I said, seeing them fish covered in mud, the ones we did put in the boat was, you know, that happens. You know, conditions change and they just don't, I mean, they're just not aggressive. Not like the other day when we was out here. And that kind of sucked because I did a lot of scanning and I seen a lot of fish again down this stretch. They're just sitting there. So, oh well, it is what it is. You know, that's why they call it fishing and not catching. You know, I guess I had to make up for the really good day I had. This brings me back down to earth type deal, but there's still a lot of fish here. That's the thing, is when I, like I said, when I scanned it, I still seen the same fish. The only difference was they were pushed, they weren't out here, they were pushed closer this way, and that's what we've been dragging this whole time. Even to the point where I come back down where we started last time and started scanning it, and I still seen fish while I scanned it on the way down, but they don't want nothing to do with anything I got out there, that's for sure. You know, maybe I could have done a different technique, possibly suspend drifting, probably would have done it, maybe, I don't know. I got a buddy of mine, he's pretty good ways upriver from me, and he's suspend drifting, and he's having the same results. You know, he's had some pretty good takedowns, but nothing hooking up, so that tells me they're short striking, and that happens, you know, that's just fish. Something changed. Maybe it's these weather fronts that are kind of like getting them messed up or something like that. Maybe things just ain't quite right for them, so. You know, but that's the thing about fishing, man. It's you know, it changes within a day, the mood of these fish, and you just got to keep up with it. But clearly today we didn't keep up with it. Well, we were still doing the right thing. I believe we were doing the right thing. We were still in the right area to catch the right fish, but they're just not wanting to eat. So when that happens, you just got to take what you can get and then be happy with that. And I dang sure am happy with what we caught today. You know, we didn't get skunked, and we caught some, you know, some okay fish. You know, nothing really to brag about, but they weren't terrible. But we'll chase them next time. I think I'm gonna do another camping trip here coming soon. I think that's gonna be something I do, because like I said, it's just too hot. But I know like tonight and tomorrow night it's supposed to be where they're calling for thunderstorms, stuff like that, and I ain't gonna be out in the dark when a thunderstorm rolls in, so that just ain't happening. So, but anyway, I'm gonna get all this packed up and we're gonna get into some AC. So I appreciate you watching this one, and I'll catch you in the next one.